This video is demonstrating the barbell clean warm-up. Now, because it's a warm-up, if you're using a weight that's a little heavy for you, go ahead and just grab a broom. If you have one that will spin off at the bottom, that's ideal, but it's okay if you have a little bit of weight at the end. It's probably not going to matter with your skills training, even though it will feel a little bit weird. I have a 15-pound training bar here that I'm going to demonstrate the warm-up with. Your feet will be right underneath the hips, about a thumb's length away from this like smooth knurling part, and then a hook grip. Your fingers are on the bar, and then, your thumb is on the bar and your fingers wrap over the thumb. You want to have an engaged upper back, belly is tight. Our first warm-up piece will be the dip and shrug. The point of this dip and shrug is that when we end up doing the clean in real life, our pushing position is from the heels into the hips, and the bar will drive up. The fault here is leaning in a little bit because we don't want to jump from the lean, we want to jump from the hip, right? So that's barbell warm-up 1. I may program for you to do 3 to 5 of those. Next is a high pull. You will initiate the dip, but then you will jump and high pull. Now, from the profile view, notice that when I extend, my elbows head high and outside behind me. Think about this position like there's a bad guy behind you that you are going to bump in the nose. The bar path here is going straight up my chest versus bopping out. So that's what this warm-up piece is trying to fix. There's some people that will use their hips to bounce the bar out, and we're trying to prevent that so the bar goes straight up. Next will be the muscle clean. I'm going to have you first do this in slow motion. You will pull the bar up, spin the elbows around to find your front rack position. I like to do this slow motion first, and this is in particular why I like you to use a lighter weight, is because what this is doing here is we're practicing keeping the bar close, elbows going out, but then thinking about elbow speed. Each time that you do this particular warm-up piece, I want your elbows to go around the bar even faster, making sure that they're pointing forward towards in front of you and not going very slow and pointing down at the floor, which is a very common fault. And then speed it up. So I want you to pull and then speed, and then eventually you can add in the dip, jump, speed, okay? So there's actually 3 little steps there. Go slow, and then faster, and then finally fastest. From there, widen your feet to squat stance. We're working on maintaining that upright position, and as you rise up out of the squat, we want to think about using those quad dominants. So what we want to avoid is the hips rising and then coming under you. Remember that the hips rising is a healthy position, but it is not a position that is training our strong quads up in the front, but rather it's changing the muscle groups to your hamstrings, which are stronger, and you will cheat the movement. So that is our barbell warm-up before we get into the actual barbell workout.